Hello there, Peter Wilson here again. Just finished a really good tough session there training at my gym with Ricky. I'm tired. Oh, it was a good hard training session, good kickboxing session. So we'll try to get there a little bit earlier at the gym so we could get more into it. But yeah, really enjoyed. So I haven't done too many videos like this lately. I've just been so busy, really busy. I've just got so much on. I'm trying to do so much, which is good, you know. And the whole thing is, what I'm trying to do is to get it and then pass it on to other people. We've done three really big courses. One of them's been going on for like a good 8 months now, and I'm taking it slowly because it's so complicated, and that's the trust one. And you know, you just want to be really sort of like spot on with the trust, the private trust and the statutory trust, studying how to do both and how to differentiate between them. And I think, and I'm not being funny about anybody, you know that we work with Darren quite a lot, and I recommend Darren thoroughly, 100%. I've passed loads of people on to Darren. I'll keep passing people on to Darren. You know, so if you need his email, let me know and I'll get you that, right? You know, I mean, that's who we need to be working with. But I am still studying the private trusts and the statutory trusts and building up the knowledge so that we can pass that on for everybody, but not just now from me. Okay, I want to be perfect when I do it. Now, the other things, like I say, you know, like I'll put a couple of posts out and I'm talking about like common law, where people getting like mixed up about common law. Look, law is law, the law, all right? So what you've got to do is you've got to like work out and start like understanding the difference between legal and lawful. Now I know everybody says they know, they do or they understand, but then they start, I've done notices for people, okay, doing it in the lawful sense, and then I've sent this off, and obviously I can't give legal advice, I don't give legal advice, but I do, like, you know, send, oh, I would do this, do that, try that. If it was me, I would say this. So the next thing you know, they've gone on and they're talking about like, I am man, and if it was me, I am man Peter, or even I am man Peter Wilson, but it's all in lowercase because I own the man, right? Or I am the man and I own my company. I own it. I'm the director of it. I need to explain that a little bit more later as well. But you know, I've gone on to a stage 2, if you want, of being in the privacy movement. We're putting everybody in the private using the lawful notice and demand and the support and paperwork. Now we're going to step that up and do a phase 2 to it, which I'm not complete yet, which is the other thing I've been learning. All right, so like we got a phase 2 to put you even further in the private and make you completely in law and away from legal. But you have to use the legal world to stay out of the legal world, to stay in lawful. You have to do both. You have to control one so you can be in the other, and you have to keep swapping your hats, and that's what I can try to keep telling everyone. And I know there's other people there and I don't care, you know, if they disagree. Oh, you're in the private, you can't use this, you got to hide there, you know, go and live in the forest, eat berries and leaves. Right, fair enough, get on with it. Okay, it is what it is. You're going to do what you want to do. But I, through studying, deep studying the law and the legal, okay, and you can keep changing hats. You just got to know when to do it and how to do it. But on the notices, and I've suggested to people, well, why don't you try saying this, right? And then halfway through of being I a man, colon, after the man, that makes it a fact of being a man, and then the name colon Peter, we'll just say Peter, right, like semicolon, finishing the fact, okay, then moving on to the sentence, you know, and you're putting like whatever it is that they're saying, and then they start talking about acts, you know, and my human rights and my inalienable rights, completely going off. That is not law. You've lost it. Once you start talking about acts, you've got 2 jurisdictions, All right, so we're in the UK, right? So, right, you're talking about acts and statutes. Acts and statutes are the jurisdiction of the UK. Okay, you need to be in the jurisdiction of you, the man. The different jurisdiction, that's the jurisdiction of your law, expressing your law. Okay, so what we're going to do is start really listening and concentrating on how to use law and how to be a man or a woman and standing on your square as a man or a woman. All right, in law. Now, let's just say, for instance, it depends on what you want to do. Now, if you're going to go on to like anyone's group, you go on to someone's group. I will not go on to someone else's group and start telling people, oh, come over to my group and listen to me because I've got this and I can do this. And then, like, you know, you can come and, like, you know, buy something from me. Okay? And I've had a few people that I've had to, like, stop coming into our group and saying, oh, and why don't you go in here and, like, we guarantee, right, you can pay me £1,500, £2,000, £3,000, but you got to pay me first, and then I'm gonna, like, go and do this for you, and we guarantee that we are gonna, like, you know, get all your money back on your mortgage. These people that are coming up and saying this stuff, right, cannot guarantee anything. You can't even guarantee you're gonna be alive later on today, or at least staying in the realm of Earth, right? And I've been kicking people out of the group because it's not fair, right, on the people that are going to get conned, right? Like, don't listen to things like this. You can do whatever you want. I'm not telling anyone what to do. I'm just saying, just be wary, right? And then, like, you know, like, when people are coming up and putting guarantees and things on like that, it's not on, okay? Now I'm learning, like, how to tackling these spitting everywhere, tackling these things on a lawful basis using contract law, which will relate through to, like, the council tax battles that a lot of people are having, and also on the mortgage fronts that battles people are having. But listen, okay, I've got another side that I'm doing, right? Got to be careful about, but I'm just saying I'm going to give you an inkling into it. Now, if you are standing on your square as a man, you can enter that court holding a claim. You've got to hold the claim. You've got to have the claim in your hand. If you haven't got the claim in your hand, you cannot be the man. It's a fact. Let this car overtake. Alright? So, but you can go into a court. Say, for instance, you got the fake summons to go to the fake court from the fake company, which is the council. You could walk into their fake court, right? And then when they call your name, right, is Mr. It's a title, not a name. Peter Wilson here. I could stand up and have my claim in my hand and say, I, the man, Peter, stand here with a claim in my hand. Okay? Now, obviously there'll be loads of kerfuffle and everything like that, but what we want to do is actually open our own court and convert it to our own court, which is 100% lawful. In fact, it's even legal, right? But once you've taken over as law and you are the court and you hold your own court, and you do hold your own court, and you were allowed under law to hold your own court. So this is the thing I'm trying to, like, get through to people. Now, when you stand up there and say, like, you know, I am man, well, just say, for instance, you haven't got the claim, you don't want to put your claim in yet, but if you've got I am man, stand here in front of the court, can you bring forth the man or woman who has the claim against I? I, so that's the lowercase, remember, with the dot above, because it still has the head on. They haven't made it capitalized and decapitated the I, you. So you're not a man, you're dead, because they've cut your head off. Okay? So you state, I, a man, Peter, stand here. In this case, bring forth the man or woman who has a claim that I have caused them harm. Because the only thing that you can do in law, right, where you will be in the wrong, is to cause harm or loss to another man or woman. Okay? So another man or woman, if you've caused them harm, then you have to give them remedy. So if you've stolen something that's a loss to them, you have to replace it or refund it or, you know, whatever. That's remedy, lawful, remedy. If you've harmed somebody, then you have to give lawful remedy if you've hit them or hurt them. So this is the common law, what people are talking about, right? And it's not I stand under common law. That is nonsense. That has no meaning. It has no effect. You cannot express that. You can only have law common to I when you express it, not I stand under common law. It doesn't make sense. So if you kill someone, then you will be charged with a crime, because murder is a crime under common law. We have got common law jurisdiction. They will charge you happily because they can actually say it. Well, they can't usually say common law much. They'll happily shout about, oh, you have committed a crime under common law. You are charged with a crime under common law, charged with murder. Okay? The same thing with big crimes like rape and theft. You know, like theft itself, if you burgle a house or you steal something, it is a crime under common law. It's not an offence. Do you get me? A crime is under common law. Offence is like, you know, oh, I caught you speeding. You parked in the wrong spot. Yeah? You've got no tax or insurance. That's just an offence under your rules. And your rules are acts and statutes. They are not laws. But you've got to realise that and work on that and stand on that. So that's what I mean. So for instance, if they say, well, they've stopped you, which is a few of you have been stopped lately, all right, and you haven't got any tax on your car, so they pull you into the court and stand there as in the court as I am Peter, I'm here in this case, here in this matter. Bring forth the man or woman who claims I have caused them harm. All right, so what they're going to come back with? They're not going to come back with, you know, well, the man is here, the woman is here, because there isn't. So, well, look, you know, on acts and statutes, the Road Traffic Act, okay, well, bring Mr. Road Traffic Act forward so that I can actually give him remedy, because I can only work with a man or a woman. So there are acts and statutes number, blah, 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 you should have had a road tax and blah, blah, right, bring forth Mr. Road Tax or Road Traffic Act 19, blah, 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 and let me pay remedy. Let me provide remedy to them. Okay, because it's a fact, and there is no man called Mr. Road Traffic Act. There is no woman called Mr. Road Traffic, Mrs. Road Traffic, or Miss Road Traffic Act. Or it doesn't exist. It's silly, and that's why they're being very silly. But they've got everybody fooled. Okay, they've got you fooled since birth because they gave you the birth certificate, and they didn't complete your birth certificate. Have a look at your birth certificate, right? Now, it may or may not have like capitals on it. Not everybody has it written on. It makes no difference. It's not complete. If you've got the portrait one, right, means you're a little bit older. Sorry, if you've got the landscape one, you're a little bit older. All right. Box number 10 is going to be empty. If you have the portrait one, box number 17 is going to be empty. To become a living man or woman, or be recognized as a living man or woman, we need to complete that box. We need to have that box filled in, and we need to have it filled in with our name in high and low case, whatever name it is that you've chosen. That will, and I can explain how to do that later. I'm still right in the middle of doing all of that myself, and that'll double up your privacy, help you breathe more in the private, and then give you 100% control of your legal fiction, so that nobody can use it at all without your permission. Okay, very, very powerful and very private. Okay, but we have to start working on all these being in the law and understanding law and legal, because not everyone's getting it yet. You cannot, like, you know, if you ask me about a bit of advice and I send you like, you know, hey, why don't you try using these words, and how's about like I am man Peter, and then halfway down you start using acts and statutes, you've crossed jurisdiction, you've completely ruined it. It's like, you know, it's like writing a letter, not, you know, giving some correspondence to your Auntie Margaret, right? And halfway through you start speaking, like writing in Russian, yeah? Which has never spoken or been in Russian. It makes no sense, it's illogical. It doesn't fit. Same thing. Anyway, I'm going to be going on live Friday. This is going to be going on live again, just to go over some more stuff like this. And then also, I'm not going to be doing the members on Saturday. We're going to do it on Sunday. We will message everybody about that. Okay, because we're going to have Jez here, right? We're doing some business, and we are going to do, hopefully, be able to do a live together. All right, going over some stuff for you. Okay, just need to pull in here, reverse in. All right, but take care, everybody. We'll see you on Friday, going live, and cover some more of this stuff, working on this law. And you've got to get working into the case of understanding 100% the difference between lawful and legal. Okay? All right. There we go. Stop shaking around. Take care. See you all in a bit.